Hello everyone, this is Sean from Sean's Model Build and Toy Channel, and where I am today is just off a park trail in Prairie Quebec. This is the closest I've come in real life to an actual landscape from the Air Raiders poster from the 1987 toy that you have seen on my toy channel. I discovered this area 3 years ago when I first lived here in Quebec, and I decided that on this visit, which was just after my hobby club meeting, that I would actually take a little tour around the area and show you everything. So it's just a brief tour. I mean, this also reminds me of places I used to visit in the West. Red Rock Coulee comes to mind. They had a lot of boulders that were all circular, and they were covered in what looked like rust. This place also reminds me of that, with the ridges and the hills and everything. So anyway, that's just a brief tour, and talk to you later. Alright, so here are the Air Raiders vehicles at their landscape. You can see the whole panorama there with them in the background. I'm going to leave them right there for now. And of course, you can see the landscape here. So you can see what I'm talking about. A broad plain with hills at the end of it. Just like this one in real life. So what I'm going to do is just take the vehicle down a bit and get a nice panorama from in the middle there, and I will be back. So this is the entrance to the trail. Looks like you can't go that way. Must be a lot of construction work or something going on, but this way is still free. And this is the beginning of the trail that leads to the Air Raiders landscape. There's the fence ends just before the trail turns left into the neighborhood behind the houses. And if you approach the fence here, you can begin to get a view of what I'm talking about. Like right through there, see? That's what I call the Air Raiders landscape. Although based on the trailers and porter potty at the far end, which I can see, don't know if you could, it is probable that some kind of future development site, as the person I met on the trail said it would be, and that was back in late May. So anyway, I'll take more film when I get there. But here's a good close-up view of the area. First discovered this in the spring of 2019. Blurry for some reason. Let me see if I can fix that. There we go. Now it works better. Okay, so I'll set you up on the tow rope and I'll tow you in. Alright, here we go. Let's see what I see as we approach. But it's getting a bit bumpy, so I'm actually going to carry the vehicle. Like so. So you get a better view of what you're seeing. I hope. Let me just unblurry the thing. There you go. Let me make sure that you're... Oh yeah, you're seeing well. Good. So I'll just go along the trail here. When I called this channel Sean's Travels, I never imagined that I'd be so able to come to the Air Raiders landscape so quickly. Because I only started this channel last weekend. So we're going to go off to the right here, and here we are. You see, we are approaching the landscape, and you see it looks different than it did back in May. Well, that was 2.5 months ago. So if you go up here, you can see a little roadway. But what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to set up the Air Raiders vehicles on this top ledge here. So just give me a minute. and I'll be back with that section of the video. All right, so here are the aerators' vehicles at their landscape. You can see the whole panorama there with them in the background. I'm going to leave them right there for now. And of course, you can see the landscape here. So you can see what I'm talking about. A broad plain with hills at the end of it. Just like this one in real life. So what I'm going to do is just take the vehicle down a bit and get a nice panorama from in the middle there, and I will be back. Okay, looking through. Gotta get into the shade for a minute because I have to be able to see the camera screen. The digital camera is too small to fit in the tripod area. Alright, so it looks like there's something blocking there. So just move the camera over a smidge, a little bit. That should do it. There, that's better. Okay, so I'll get into position and we'll go for a little walk. Alright, here we go. So, coming by the vehicles carefully down the hill. They're going to be my landmark for how to get back to where I came from. But in the meantime, I'm just going to take the vehicle down into the valley a bit until we find some smooth ground, which should be right around here. Turn it around so you can see where we came from. And here we go. I just plan to go over there as far as I can follow the road. Just a little bit. The aerators' vehicles form a nice backdrop. You can see them from here, so they'll stand out and they'll tell me where to go back. Because a lot of times when I'm here, I forget where. But I'm going to go back and collect the aerators' vehicle, so it's not there unattended, and we'll see how far we get after that. I'll be back. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go right to where the gravel road starts, follow it along, past the orange trailer, past the porta potty to where the yellow markings are, and you see how the road branches off and goes along that side and then comes back to this hill and then takes you back into the forest trail. So that's what I'm going to do, and you'll come along for the ride. I'll make sure to pause the video at any rough points. So here we go. You'll see my shadow. But you'll also let it escape. Ooh, come on now. Here we go. Forget the tow rope. I'm just going to carry the camera contraption itself. I think that'll be a better way to show things. For this journey anyway. But that was good. While I had the chance, I got the aerators vehicle up on the landscape. I made sure it was sitting in the shadow so I could see the picture. This is quite nice. It's very, it reminds me a lot of the South Dakota Badlands and the Alberta Badlands. The ones near Medicine Hat, Red Rock Coulee and everything. Anyway, I'll see you when I get... Here's something I didn't expect to see on the trail. A golf ball. And we're about to approach the big puddle. So here we go. You can see in the distance the wood piles or something. So we're getting closer, and I will pick this up again when I'm actually on the gravel road. Alright, so you can see the gravel road here. Well, I mean where we came from. There's the entrance to the gravel road. And there's the other part of the gravel road that leads off to the side right beside the park. But as you see, this side, which we're approaching, leads to commercial buildings. So, be right back. I guess you got that the whole time. So here we are on the gravel road itself. As you can see, left to right. You can see where we came from. There's the cliff. And you can see where we're going. There's the Orange SeaCan. And those yellow markers outline where we're going to go left around the entire perimeter. So I'm going to pause the video and we'll get back when we get to the Orange SeaCan. Alright, here we go. The first road sign. I thought I just heard voices. Anyway, we're up on the road. You can see how we're getting closer to the SeaCan and the yellow concrete block things. So I'll see you when I get to the SeaCan. Ha ha ha. To the SeaCan, you can see a close-up view of the buildings that are beyond the end of the park. And what I thought were wood piles, but are probably rock piles of various colors instead. And of course, based on our current position and the curving of the road, you can't actually see the SeaCan at this moment. But it's just over the rise. I'll get there in a few minutes. See you then. Now you've got it. You've got a nice unobstructed view from behind the sign of the cliffs and everything. So I'll be picking this up at the bit later. Here's something unexpected. A little road up between the rock piles. We'll take a little trip up here and see what we can see. And then head back down. Just a slight diversion from the route. Before they put no trespassing signs and everything up here. You can see all the shattered pieces of brick, red brick and everything. Oh yes, there's lots of wood, buildings, plants. There's everything up here. Look at that. This reminds me of all the rock piles and stuff outside Andrew Schrock's skateboard headquarters in his YouTube videos. We'll see if we could actually get down over here or not. Down the cliff. Take a little shortcut. But there's a panorama of the entire valley, I guess you could call it. And you can see the road we're going to go along and the Orange SeaCan we're approaching. So this is quite a nice video for Sean's travels, and I'll pick it up when we get to the Orange SeaCan. Yeah, a little diversion before we get there. It appears I was right. There is a little road down here that goes down towards the Orange SeaCan, so here we are as we approach it. I'm carrying the phone because there appears to be some kind of chasm and we don't want the phone to fall in. And all the red bricks everywhere, of course. There we go, stepping over. Kind of like a asphalt Grand Canyon or something right there. Take that picture. There we go. Gotta have a choice of thumbnails. There's the Orange SeaCan. Take a good picture when I'm close. Within the shadow so you can actually see the screen. That's a good idea. You can see the road going off into the landscape, back to the cliff. I'll be going quite far. Go. There's the Orange SeaCan itself. I took the picture already. There's the landscape around it and where we came from beyond that 10 kilometer sign. And here's the yellow road. It's not quite the yellow brick road. I'll call it the yellow block road. So I'll get in good position for a photo. Here we go. Set the phone down and we'll go up the yellow block road. But we're not off to see the wizard. We're off to see what's on the other side. Ha 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 ha. Here we go. There's quite a valley here. Look at that. That's almost another Grand Canyon in itself. Let's get up on the block. Take the picture. And we'll go further up the road now after that. So you see the construction site up ahead. You know, the trailers and everything, so we know what's at the top of the road. So now we're going to go downhill, and I'm actually going to see if the phone vehicle can roll down the hill all by itself. Just wrap up the cord so it doesn't get destroyed or caught up. Here we go. Well, I guess that's not going to work. All right. But here's the view from down the road. Picture, unwrap the cord, and tow the vehicle down there manually once again. I'm going to pick this up when I'm on the right fork of the road. So I will be back. I'm sure glad I didn't leave the aerators vehicles behind, that I brought them with me in the bag. I somehow misplaced my first water bottle, but I have a second one, and hopefully the park has a fountain. Otherwise, the first Walmart I go to, like the one in La Prairie, which should be open by now, I'll fill up the water there. So as you can see, we're turning onto the road. So now it's time to set the phone down, the carrier on the ground, and I got the video back down to 1x view, normal view, not magnification, and here we go. This is as close as if the car's not going down there, it would fall into the water. But you can see. I'm gonna make sure that you're actually seeing me. Good. All right. So we'll get back on the road, and here we go. Alright, here we go. The rope detach. I will put all this on the computer, but I'm going to pause the video for now and pick it up a little closer to the cliffs. You can see the side road, so you see we're not exactly as far over as I thought we'd be. And there's the neighborhood houses, but we're a lot closer than I've ever been before. So I'll pick this up when I get to that road branch up there. See you then. Here I am at the road. You can see the houses. You can see where I came from and where I'm going over in the foreground now. And to make it a bit more smooth, I'm actually just carrying the vehicle for now as I'm walking. But I see the last few bits of smooth vehicle area. So let me just tie the rope here. It came loose again. There we go. And we'll tow the vehicle on the last smooth bits of this area before we parallel. See the rock piles and the houses. Now we got into the rough ground just as the rope gave up, so that's a good place to start carrying it from now on. Here we go. Here we go. I'll just have to make sure that this road can actually reach those cliffs and is not blocked by something. I'm sure it'll be fine. You can see the cliffs that we're approaching here. They're pretty well just cliffs of gravel. Right now, gravel and dirt. But they almost look like mountains, you know, in their own way. Alright, so now we'll head back and I'll get some views from the base of the cliffs further along from the path. But first, pictures. Alright, so here I am at the flat plains, beyond the mounds of dirt and everything, heading towards the base of the cliff. And actually, since I've come across smooth ground again, reattach the rope and tow the vehicle for a bit longer. Oh. Alright, here we go. Towing now. Down here. We came from all the way over there where those yellow blocks and that orange SeaCan are. I went all the way up to the top of the yellow block road. Well, I wasn't even filming for that part, but as I said, I'm going to pick this up at the bottom where the ground is smoother. We're close to the cliffs. We're close to the water. I'm going to tow the vehicle for a bit, and we'll see how this goes. At the edge of the water. Here you go. Picture. So I'm just going to carry the phone for the stretch now because we've reached the end of any smooth road to tow it on. So I'm going to be forced to go along the edge here and back to the where I came down. So once I get back there, I'll pick this up again. I'm sure you caught the joke there. I said pick this up again, but I'm picking it up right now. The vehicle itself. Ha ha ha. All right, not there yet, but wanted to get some picture of the road as I approach the end of the trail. You can even see a couple little isolated plants growing on the trail. And of course, there's the entire landscape. Get a few pictures from all sides. And when I'm at home on Monday night, I will pick out the best pictures for the thumbnail and the pictures that break up different sections of the video. Good thing is I filmed several different videos today, partly because the sun made it hard to see where the stop button was, partly because the phone ran out of room when it was recording and I had to delete some old videos. Don't worry, they're safely backed up on my external hard drive. And we're back. We're back where we started, and it turns out I'm not going to have to use the water bottles in my car after all. I left it up there the whole time and no one stole it. But there's the last panorama before I go up. This might be my last time visiting this area before it's so developed or under construction that no one can get into it. So that is why I felt it was important to get an entire video and lots of pictures of my visit. And of course, as you saw at the beginning of this video, put the Air Raiders vehicles up on the landscape. So now it's down. Here's the last picture from up here on the cliffs. Move it over a bit, get that picture, and that's the end of the video, this segment of it anyway, until I take the trail. So talk to you later. Quicker than I thought is another Clifftop video, so we'll see how this goes and follow along. And a picture. There we go. There we are. So I'm going to go along the trail for a bit, and I'll be back. It's finally cooler. As you see, we're entering a shady part of the trail, but it's still hot. You can hear the cicadas. Another viewpoint of the aerator's landscape. This time from a different angle. There you go. And now that we're entering the public part of the trail, I'm going to pause for a bit until we get to those houses at the far end. If it stretches that far. We'll see. Bye-bye. I'm glad I got the video while I did from those vantage points, because as you can see from here, these big rock pile cliffs block everything. So I'll pick this up later. See you later. Another area. It's basically just an area behind the cliffs. Oh, look, it's a little kitty. Hi, kitty. If anyone's missing the kitty, here it is. You can see some part of the the right area. You can see the houses beyond there, which we're eventually going to approach. And that's all for now. I wasn't recording a lot of that, but I'll be back. This is the little trail I came from, further along the area, but I'm going to adjust the phone and I'll be back. Alright, so the platform's been moved a bit further forward, and there's no obstruction in the video footage. So there's the new area, there's the houses. Here's the trail we're going to go back down to get back to the main path, because I'm not sure the other part was filming. And we'll try not to have the phone flip over this time. Hopefully it's a bit more stable because it's not as back heavy. And don't worry, every piece I take off the construction vehicle I put in the bag. Make sure it's accounted for. And anything that falls out of the construction vehicle, same thing, in the bag. It's all. Well, when we go back, we'll go left. We're going to continue going off to the right. But I'm going to pause the video until we get to another interesting section. I'll be back. There's another section of the trail leading out to one of the streets. But we're going to continue straight ahead here and get to the far end. And I may be able to see the aerator's landscape from a completely different side, one I've never seen before. We'll find out. Alright, another part of the trail, and here is the park view sign, the whole trail system. The park I came from is right up there, and the aerator's landscape is along here, of course. So, where am I going to go? Just to the part about this Avenue John Baptiste. I don't have time to go all the way around everywhere, and I'm not planning on it. So, I will go up to here, and I will reverse course. So I'll be back in a few minutes. Actually, I changed my mind. From the point we're at, and seeing the avenues, it seems more likely to drive. See if I can drive over to this section and take some pictures there. And then there is a 1.1 kilometer red trail. So we'll see if I can, that's something to save for next time. Now that I have the picture, this will be a preview of the next video. So I'll pick it up next time when I come to this region and go to that part of the trail, now that we've explored the aerator's landscape. So actually this is the end of this stretch of the video for today. I guess the next filming I do, if their parents allow it, is saying goodbye to them and their kids before they move. So talk to you all later and enjoy the journey. Go. There's the Orange SeaCan itself. I took the picture already. There's the landscape around it and where we came from beyond that 10 kilometer sign. And And here's the yellow road. It's not quite the yellow brick road. I'll call it the yellow block road. So I'll get in good position for a photo. Here we go. Set the phone down and we'll go up the yellow block road. But we're not off to see the wizard. We're off to see what's on the other side. Ha 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 ha. Here we go. Alright, now we're able to record again. I deleted the videos from the phone that I transferred to the memory card yesterday. So you can see the river from a closer view. You can see where we're going. And you can see where we came from. So I'll set the phone up on the vehicle and we'll go down the road again. And I got the video back down to 1x view. Normal view, not magnification. And here we go. This is as close as if the car's not going down there, it would fall into the water. But you can see. I'm going to make sure that you're actually seeing me. Good. Alright. So we'll get back on the road and here we go. If you could see from here, but looking straight across, you see that white building? You see what lies beyond it? That's actually the landscape of Montreal. Picture. So that's quite nice. That's good to see. So I will pick this up next time when I go to another landscape. Because 3 weeks from now I go to PowerCon in Columbus, and that'll probably be the next video I take. So see you all then. After seeing the Air Raiders landscape, we came out of this trail right here. And of course our first stop was this viewpoint, because our actual trail comes out over there. And so we went along a central road, and then we veered off. You can see those rocks way over there to the road, and then went up along past the orange trailer up to the top of the hill, the yellow block road, came back down, came around the road and in front of the cliffs, and ended up back where we were. So I guess that's about all for now, but I'll probably film some when we get back to the Russell Park itself. See you then. And of course, here's another trail that I've never seen before that probably leads right to the same Air Raiders landscape. This time I'm just carrying the vehicle because the ground is rather rough. Here we go, see? Here we are, coming out. There's another smaller trail there. Here we are, see? Leads along the cliff, leads back that way to our original exit. Here is the Clifftop trail that we took. So we're getting closer to home, closer to our origin point. So I'll go back to the trail and we'll continue on. I'm sure glad I brought my digital camera on this trip. It's fully charged. Lots of room on the 8GB memory card, because if I run out of room on the cell phone from taking all this video and these pictures of this trip, I will at least be okay to document the last time I'm going to see my friends for many months. So I'll pick this up later. Okay, so now I might finally be at the area. We're going to find out, because we're going to come out to the trail here and we're going to see if I am where I belong. You can see how the trail branches left, right and left. I'll actually take the rightmost branch just for a minute. Here we go. Oh, it's quite steep here. Be mindful. Here we are. Aha! Here we are. You see? The fire pit with the log. That is my landmark. That is my landmark to have reached the aerator's landscape and probably say goodbye. Wait, this isn't where I was. The reason I know is because there's no low cliffs. Where I was must have been further along. Let's see here. Don't say goodbye just yet. If you're not at the central road, you're not at the proper place. Aha! There are 2 fire pits. Got it. Here we are. Here we are. Fire pit, several logs, and the Clifftop trail. And this is where I set up the aerator vehicle. And there's the central road right in front of us. So this is the common point I always came out at. Got it. Well, reverse course. Go back from where I came. So, say goodbye to the aerator's landscape for now. May not see it for many months, and by then it might all be under construction and not able to access it at all. One last picture then. So, picture this way.